Hola, hola. Buenos días, mi amigo.
Oh, buenos días, mi amigo.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Y usted?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Estoy bien. ¿Y vos, cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás usted?
Muy bien, estoy muy bien. ¿Y
qué
usted?
bueno. ¿Perdón?
Usted, ¿y usted? ¿Cómo
Estoy
estás?
bien, mi amigo. Estoy bien, mi amigo.
Bien.
Estoy bien emputado, güey. Me eché una modelo. Me eché un modelo.
Yes. Sí, mi amigo.
Sí, no, ¿tú no hablas español o qué?
Sí. Tú
¿Sí?
hablo español.
Qué bueno, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien. ¿Y
Muy
tú?
bien. Estoy bien, mi amigo. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, mi amigo, muy bien.
Espere, me tengo que ir al baño. Voy a ir al baño rapidito.
Yes.
Ok, ya terminé. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo? ¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? Estoy muy bien.
Qué bueno. ¿Cómo estás?
Yo bueno, estoy bueno. ¿Y cómo estás? ¿Y tú?
Estoy bien, mi amigo.
Estoy
¿Cómo
estoy
estás?
bien, mi amigo.
Hola mis amigos, bienvenidos al D.D Podcast con mí y Soviet. ¿Cómo estás, Soviet?
Muy bien, ¿y tú? Let's not do that.
Let's not do
continue.
that. Let's not do
I was
that.
gonna say something like that, but okay, yeah, okay.
I was planning on just doing that today, but like, I feel like you would have been just like, sí, muy bien. ¿Y
I would
usted?
have understood you. I wouldn't be able to reply.
Oh,
I would have been like on Google Translate trying to like look up something to say.
I was gonna ask if you spoke Spanish, but then I remember you're Vietnamese citizen.
No, I understand a lot of it. I do understand a lot of it. It's just that like I'm not confident in my pronunciations and like I don't know enough.
Oh yeah. I was
Like,
like that as
spelling's a
well
pain.
when I was a kid. Like when I first started like learning Spanish, like it was just a little bit rough for me because then I also had to learn.
There are.
What, you go?
Oh yeah. Oh no, I was just gonna say a lot of like people in my Spanish class are like Spanish themselves. They just don't know how to spell.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
It's just like yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not a hard language to learn.
Yeah. It's not really that hard to learn, but like if you first learn it and then afterwards you tie it in with English, you just know Spanglish is how I like to call it, because like you're more Spanglish. Yeah. Like they just get like those two languages tied up. Like my mom
Tu
will
hablas Spanglish?
Tu hablas Spanglish. Sí, my friend.
Yeah.
Nah, like my mom will just call me out. Like she'll be like, Christopher, vení para acá, and I'll just say, okay, mom.
I think that is a lot of families though, because when my mom was still here, she would speak Vietnamese to me, and that's how I understood a lot of Vietnamese. Because I don't know what, like, if she just wanted to say different languages or she just didn't know certain words in Vietnamese. But when she would talk to her Vietnamese friends, she would say a bunch of words in English, and that's how I kind of understood the context of the thing.
Yeah, like it's your like little group that like speaks a certain language. You're just way more comfortable with that group, so you'll just be like someone will speak to you in like your native language, and then afterwards like you'll just respond like the way you speak with your friends. You're like,
Oh yeah. But I think languages is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
You don't need like 1,000 of them, but like, hey.
I mean, yeah, but like it's just the variety is just really interesting, and like knowing that there's like some languages that some people know and barely, there's not like a whole population that knows. There's just like like a couple hundred people that like know the language. It's just kind of amazing to me. It's just like, how do you get to the point where you're like, you know, a language that nobody else speaks? It's kind of weird, you know.
That is a lot of, in Arizona. There are a lot of languages like that because we had Indian tribes and things like that, and there were many Indian languages where certain tribes spoke that, and it is becoming dead languages as they're getting pushed out. But certain schools like teach it again, and so then you have literally like one town that has like a higher population of people that can speak a certain language, and you have one town that like speaks more of a language in English sometimes. I think that's pretty interesting.
You know that one island like off the coast of India where like there's only like a whole population there, and people like are forbidden from like going in there because like they don't know like because like they don't interact with like other kinds of human beings. They just interact with within their circle. Like,
and the last boat that went there got murdered by them. But yeah,
it's
also
wait. You know,
it was. They tried to explore. There was one thing where they tried to explore, and then they all got murdered. And then there was another one where, like a boat got stranded there, and they just got decimated. Everyone there got killed by spears.
Jeez.
And they had to like stop to get them. They had to stop them from killing them, just to get the bodies out, and like get a proper burial because they were just dead bodies on like the shore because they couldn't get close enough to pull them out.
Yeah, just imagine, like, they finally discover boats and they, like, attack some place in India.
Like, they would get fucking killed.
Yeah,
like,
they would just
like they go to India, some dude with a fucking rifle is gonna like blast them all down.
No,
you know, if he wanted to, they could like take over that island, but I think it's more like a moral thing.
Like they come to America, and afterwards you just see some redneck hillbilly be like, "These goddamn Indians, I'm about to go shoot them. Let me just get my rifle. Becky, get my little old Betsy out the closet."
It's fucking gay, first of all, and second of all, like, yeah, they are pretty black, so I feel like I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you know, if a redneck was to see a black person on a boat with a spear, anything could happen.
Startled, yeah.
This is America, you know.
This is America. Anything happens. Like, you can like
gotta love this country.
You can like, you know, like have like some normal guy, and like you don't consider him normal because like, what if he like roller skates every time he like goes outside, or like he wears Heelys whenever he goes outside, or some shit like that?
Are you saying that's like a normal thing that deserves to get you killed?
No, no, just imagine just getting killed for like roller skating or using your Heelys or some shit.
I don't know, it's kind of gay, you know.
Have you ever used Heelys before?
When I was a kid, that was like the only thing I wanted. I wanted Heelys so bad.
I had a pair of Heelys, but I didn't know how they worked. So,
I mean, like my parents never.
I'd always just use them whenever I went like downhill somewhere. Like I'd just be like, "Catch you later, guys."
You had
and just
fucking
put
Heelys.
on my little wheels and just skirt the fuck out of there.
Fuck. Damn, you must have been one of those cool kids, you know.
No, but
I wanted to do like rollerblading, but never did.
I tried rollerblading once, but like, I'll tell you this story. All right, when I was a kid, I went to this place where you went roller skating, right? And
a roller rink.
Yeah, it was called Skate City, and I went into the rink and I had to get out. I needed to go to the bathroom, but I didn't know how to skate, and I was like so far into the ring I couldn't find an exit. So all you could see me do is just drastically trying to like, you know, like roll my way onto the exit, but then I couldn't handle it, so like I went to a corner and just pissed myself, and they had to get everybody out just to like clean up the mess, and we left in embarrassment. I was just
so you actually pissed yourself?
Yeah,
that was a good joke.
I pissed myself in a roller rink.
Oh my god.
That's why I don't go to Skate City, because like they're just imagine I just go back one day just for a date or some shit, and afterwards they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's that kid that like pissed himself like 7 years ago," or some shit like that.
The one janitor that never left the company, he just comes and looks at you and you're just like, You.
You.
It was you.
It was
when
you.
I was a kid, when I was a kid, I was in this what was it called, girls and boys club. I don't remember if it was boys and girls club, but it was something else like that. It was like a summer care thing, and there was a field trip to a roller rink, and I remember that was the first time I did roller skating, and I never could do anything. I just kind of stood by the sides, and I was so boring and shit. I did skiing recently, and that was pretty fun. It's not the closest thing, especially because you're going downhill, and there's no way to like really propel yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't be that fun.
You just have to let
But,
gravity take its course.
Yeah, but it was super fun.
Oh, yeah.
So skiing was super fun.
Oh yeah.
Walking in skis isn't. Falling and
Dying.
I think I said this before, but this was like a school trip. It was like a school club for snow. It's called Snow Club, and I was with this dude, and we were sitting down by a snowbank, and this is outside of a restaurant. They had like a lodge to get warm. We were just sitting down, you know, eating some snacks because like the person organized it. When I wasn't looking, I took off my gloves, and when I wasn't looking, the dude that I was hanging out with put a bunch of snow into the gloves. My hand was numb. Okay, couldn't feel shit. Put it on. I don't really notice the ice in the gloves. It was like, oh, this is a bit colder than usual. It's probably just wet or something. I go skiing the rest of the day. When I come back, I can't feel my fingertips.
Oh shit.
And after the course of 1 week, they like a little pus ball started like forming on my fingertips, and just got progressively bigger and bigger and bigger until I had these giant bubbles of skin like popping out of my fingers as they all got frostbitten.
That's gross. Just like
This is around the time where I played the piano, so it's like the worst thing ever because it was like so
bro, you're just
whack. I ended up having to pop it,
you
and they just kept growing.
you're just playing the piano one day and you just hit a note way too hard and you just pops.
I was so worried about that, and that's why I stopped for a little bit because I thought it was gonna like die down. I didn't want to pop it because infection and shit.
Oh,
But it got to the point where I had to, because every time I put a band-aid on, it would squeeze against the band-aid and like squeeze outwards or like push the band-aid up. And it was just too hard to do anything. I just had to pop it, and I popped it. I thought it'd be gone. I thought it'd be it, but no. When I put a band-aid on, the band-aid sealed the hole that I popped, and so it just filled with pus over again. So I had a continuously like squirting ball of skin that just refilled itself.
One time, I had the same thing happen to me, but it was on my leg, right?
Oh, rough.
Yeah, I still have the scar from it, and it's ugly. Trust me. Like, I'll send you a picture after this. So
I don't think I want to see that.
No, just the scar, not like the picture of like the bubble.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's gross. So like one time I was making bacon, right? And I put too much oil, oil on the pan. And I was done cooking the bacon, and I just, like took it out. I took the bacon out, just like put it in the plate. And so I took the pan, and it still had oil, and it was hot, and I was about to dump it into the trash can, right? And all of a sudden, my hand stutters, and the oil just drips onto my leg. Like a good portion just drips onto my leg, and I just cry out in pain. I was like, oh fuck, that hurts. But then I didn't really care afterwards. But then later on, while I'm eating, I look at my leg and I just see a huge ass like it was just a progressively growing bubble. And I was like, you know what, I don't really give a shit. But then the next day, it was so big. It was like really big. Like I just touched it and it felt like those water beds. Like you touch it and it's just, it was so gross. It's like,
that's fucking disgusting.
I know. And I grabbed one day, I'm like, you know what, fuck this, I'm tired of this bubble. So like I grab my leg, and then afterwards I decide to pop it. So like I start like squeezing it, and afterwards it like blows, like it just like blows up in like my bed. Like you just see like squirts of just the water.
Fucking disgusting.
And I had to peel the skin off, and it was just so gross. Like, ugh.
What a great start to this episode.
What a great.
It's probably not gonna get better, but Well, I love this stuff.
Let's move on from this. I don't want to talk about like bubble injuries like that. Ugh, I could just remember.
I really hate that. I think it's not that bad, to be honest, because when you pop them, it doesn't hurt because like the skins are separated. There's no nerve endings. It doesn't hurt to pop them.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
It's just disgusting to think about.
It's disgusting. I never want that shit to happen to me again. Like just like getting like a bubble on my. Imagine like a bubble on your face, bro. That's just gross. Like you just have one on your cheek.
It's just a fucking pimple.
No.
It's literally just a pimple.
No. Like it's like a big little like water bubble. Like you just have to squeeze it. Like water just comes out. That's gross.
I mean, I don't know. I'd rather have that than a pimple, to be honest.
Nah, fuck that. I'd rather have pimples because like that looks
I don't know,
ugly.
and like pimples are like gross and oily shit. Like I'd rather have like just water, like a water sack. Actually, I don't know. I don't know.
No, because like I still have the scar from it, and you could tell like there's a scar.
I didn't lose my finger. Like I didn't lose my fingerprints from doing that. Maybe I should. Maybe I should try to like frostbite my entire fingers and just get like metal fingers instead.
No, stop.
And so then like I can never unlock my phone ever again. The thing is, the fingerprint sensor still worked. I remember that. Like a series of fingerprint sensor on my phone, and like my like it was like half an inch. Like my skin was pushed up about half an inch away from the finger itself, and it still can use a fingerprint sensor.
Jesus Christ. My fingerprint my fingerprint sensor is just retarded on my phone, right? So like
it's weird because yeah, you can go.
I like have to like, I have to put like 4 different kinds of like scans for my finger. Like I have to like, just go like just like, it just got annoying. So yeah, every time I like put my finger on it, like it just automatically is like Chris's finger, and like it just unlocks like rapidly. I could like literally put my dick on there now and it'll like unlock. Well,
I don't think it works that way. I wonder if it does work. I wonder if you can use a dick print. I know you can use lip prints and like.
Have you ever tried like
prints.
Facial scans on like your phone? Like I've tried it before, but like it gets annoying just to use it because like,
it does get annoying. I also never want to see like I don't like seeing my face.
No.
I knew some of them like showed you your face and told you to blink and shit.
Like the problem with mine was like whenever I just wanted to check the time. This only happened one time, alright? Like sometimes it happens, but like no, I'm stupid. What am I talking about?
What are you saying?
Like I'll just like check the time and like it just unlocks the phone, and I don't want that to happen. And one time there was an incident I had, right? I forgot to close my incognito tabs on my phone. And so I look at my phone and like there's like people next to me. And I look at my phone and I check the time and it unlocks and it just shows the fucking porno I watched. It was rough. Okay. They were just like my friends were just looking at me. They're like, "What the fuck is that, Chris?" Like I still have the scars just like unlocking my phone and then like see that shit like just imagine like just telling someone like you like just telling someone look at this
time here.
Oh yeah, let me just check it. Like no, you know what's weird, dude? Knowing that like somebody else like jerks off to another video that you did as well. Like it just weird. Like you're just somebody all of a sudden says,
"Do you make porn videos, Chris?"
No, like you watch the same video and they're like, "Oh, I watched that video." Like I can't.
Yeah, okay.
It's so weird. Like I'm just like, no,
it's weird.
I'm not watching this ever again.
I know a dude has the same favorite porn star as me, and then just fucks with me.
Yeah, like people like tell me like, "Oh, look at Mia Khalifa." Mia Khalifa's fucking ugly, but like, like it's just I just can't.
Yeah.
I just can't like,
You had to think about some like old musty dude in his bathroom jerking off to the same video you just did.
Exactly. Like it just
I don't fuck with that.
It just disturbs me. I'm just like just wanking it all of a sudden, and just all of a sudden I just bring back like memories of like lunch of that guy just telling me, "Oh, I look at that porn star as well. That shit's hot as fuck."
Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah.
At least you're not going slowly gay as like all the porn stars you get turn into guys. If you're identifying with a bunch of, shitheads. You know, maybe you gotta reevaluate your life.
Yeah, yeah, you should like, like, I just can't like look at the same video or porn stars ever again. Like if someone talks about it, like I just like to keep that shit to myself. Like I'm like, oh, that video's hot, but like I'm not gonna tell my friends, oh, that's hot.
Yeah, I mean, that's the shit I did like in middle school. Like we like talked about our favorite porn stars and shit, but like it's just weird now to think about because it is like a real thing people are getting into. It's not just like a meme or something.
People like aggressively jerk off to that kind of shit. That's why I just do, like just you know just like never look at that kind of shit ever again in my entire life. Unless I forget about the whole thing and I just like, you know, fuck it, why not? So, let's move on to another topic. Let's stop talking about porn. You ever heard of Junji Ito, Soviet?
Oh fuck yeah, man! I used to love him.
Like the art is like, I mean, you already know, but like for people that don't know, it's like the art from like Resin, like from Kill Bill the rapper. Like if you look at the art for Resin, I'll put up pictures right here. That's Junji Ito's artwork, and
yeah, I noticed it pretty quickly.
Yeah,
you really did fuck with it.
You know, apart from like the pictures being creepy, I kind of do like it. I kind of do enjoy those kind of pictures because like just looking at like creepy stuff, I just, you know, brings fear to me, and I love that feeling, right? Just fearing, like I don't.
Yeah, it is just like one of those things of like it's a human feeling, it's a human reaction. It's not just like another boring thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like I like getting creeped out nowadays because like, you know, like nowadays like creepy shit, it's just, and I quote, like jump scares, right? Like jump scares are not creepy at all. They're not scary in any way, shape, or form. Well, depending on the delivery, because like if it like scars you mentally, then that's a good jump scare. But like if it's just like little jump scare,
I don't fuck with jump scares in general.
Yeah.
I think there is like different ways to do it. There's like, you know, like the kind of the jump you get when you get a realization of something, you know?
Yeah.
Or like the kind of, there are like really cliche jump scares, you know what I mean?
Like Five Nights at Freddy's kind of jump scares.
Like that, yeah, that shit's kind of boring, you know? That's not really scary or anything. That's just like, if I was to punch you in the face and you like jolt back, that's not really you getting scared. That's just like a natural reaction.
That's just a flinch.
But like, if you hear something behind you and you turn around and you see someone, that's an actual jump scare.
Yeah.
Because it was leading up towards that, and it was like hinting towards it. You could have avoided it, but you didn't, and then you know you get that fear.
No.
Or like a realization, like oh no, the person in my bed wasn't my mom. It was actually Dwayne the Rock Johnson holding a machete. You know, that like the realization kind of jump scare. Like, those are nice.
Cause like fear to me is like, I mean, like it's not right to like fear the inevitable, but like, you know, like it's fear to me is like unable to like stop something you don't understand, right? Like vampires, they don't scare me anymore. I used to be scared of them until I knew how to kill them, right? Like they don't fucking scare me anymore. But like if you look at one of Junji Ito's artwork, if you look at this one from one of his manga called The Window Next Door, that woman, like it's just like is she gonna kill me? Is she gonna do anything to me? That's that kind of thing I like.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing like if she was to do something, you couldn't stop it.
Yeah, that's.
Or like if she was to fucking get down, like living so close near to that person, and not being able to do shit all about it, you know.
Like you need, like I like feared. No, I don't like to be feared. No, I don't like that. Like I like fearing something. Cause like that just shows like I'm a human being, right?
Are you like, being quirky right now?
Nah, but like fearing, like, to me is kind of entertaining, because, like, you know, I'm just like 12 in the morning, just like, you know, just trying to sleep, but then afterwards I like can't like turn my back around, because like, what if that woman from the window next door just like creeps up on me and just like, you know, just says, "Hey there, boy," and just, you know, like, that's that kind of fear I like, just like, you know, having those thoughts at the back of my head.
Yeah, and it does like bring up some like nice themes of like, you know, collapse of society and shit. Where you have like what was it like? Was it Umizaki? The town of
Uzumaki.
Spiral.
Yeah,
Uzumaki, that's what it was. The
yeah,
town of
Uzumaki.
Spirals, where literally everything falls apart, and you can't do anything about it. Like the way everything works and everything way the society structure, the way you're used to living, falls apart,
Yeah.
and then you're forced into this like unknown. You have to do it, but like, you don't know why.
You ever
And it's
watch?
just.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Oh no, you can go. No, that's pretty much it.
You ever read that one manga? Oh shit, hold up. You ever read that one manga where like there was an earthquake and like it like split like a mountain in half, and there was like holes of like people in there, and like there was some people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that actually kind of did scare me, cuz like in a video explained this, and like there's like things called life drives and death drives, right? And like I really need to look back at the video so that I can fully understand it, but like there's like there's like thoughts of like just curiosity, and like, you know, you just want to like do stuff.
Yeah, people started going into the holes for no reason. Because it fit them. It fit them perfectly, and
Yeah,
they
like,
don't know why.
and I'm not gonna spoil the ending, because like the ending's the scary part. Well, the ending is a scary part, but like it like concludes everything, you know. But like, you know, like it's just really scary to think about it. Like you just see your own hole, and like you just want to see what's gonna happen in there.
It was the enigma of the Amagari Fault. That's what it
Oh
was.
yeah, the Enigma of the Amagari Fault. That was such a good manga. I actually was really interested at the end. Like, this video explained it. Like, you're afraid to turn the page. You're afraid to like turn the page and see what happens next. Cause like, that's what I like about Junji Ito. Like, if you turn the page, you just have to like be careful, because like you might like get scared. Like there's this one manga from Junji Ito I read. I forgot its name, but like this kid was just sitting in like this one place, and he was crying and shit, and afterwards a voice spoke out to him, but then afterwards he looks, and then he got scared, but then it continues on to the next page, and I'm like, fuck, do I turn the page or not? Like, is it gonna scare me? And then I turn the page, and it's like just this creepy ass girl just like looking at him.
It's one of those things. Like I saw a breakdown of I listened to a breakdown of Junji Ito, and that was one of his tropes, like the page turn of not knowing what's gonna happen next, and the realization of what just happened while you're looking at it.
Yeah,
and that was pretty.
Yeah, that's what I like about Junji Ito. Like I'm just gonna ask you this: what's one of your favorite mangas from Junji Ito?
I don't know, man. I haven't like fully read through it, but I think what's it called? I can't pronounce it. Umizaki.
Uzumaki.
Uzumaki, that's what it was. I think that was like one of the things that actually brought me into it, and that actually got me into Junji Ito.
Like, you ever seen that one image from Uzumaki where like this girl like has like a hole in her head, and it's just a spiral, and her eye goes inside of it? Like, that's creepy as fuck. Like, it's not a jump scare or nothing. It's just creepy. Just like the eye going inside her mind. Like, it's just, it just scares the fuck out of me. And have you ever read, well, not read, but like at least like known about this one manga called Gyo?
I think I heard of it.
Well, there's this one scene that like creeped the fuck out of me. Like, that monster was stuck in my head for months. Well, not months, but like a couple of days.
Yeah, that's kind of a big difference.
There's this one part where like this shark shows up, with tarantula-like legs, and it's just creeping onto the shore. And it's just, it creeped the fuck out of me, because like, it's like the shark's gonna eat you. The shark's gonna fucking eat you, but like, you don't know how to stop it. It's fast, and it's on land. You can't stop it. It's just, it's just creepy. Like, just like not able to like stop what you're fearing. That's,
It's whack. Yeah.
It's whack when he.
I don't know. It is. It's just like fucking strange. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, he is one of those creators that like invoke a certain sense of human fear that is different from anything else. Because there is like the human fear of like, oh no, you're gonna die, or oh no, something spooked you, and now you're scared. But like, this is different. This is like a whole other like feeling and emotions that he brings on. It's fucking amazing what he can do, especially with his line art and art style, like the kind of grungy, incomplete work that still is, complete in a sense.
You know what? Apart from like, what was the one? The Enigma of, I forgot what it was called.
The Enigma of the Amagiri Fault.
Yeah, apart from that manga, one that really creeped me out was this one where like there's like floating heads, and like they have nooses, and like each floating head goes to their perspective person and hangs them. That's so scary. Just imagine like going outside, you see your head just floating with the noose, and it's just coming at you, about to hang you. Like, it's just so fucking creepy just thinking about that. Like, that also like kind of scarred me a little bit.
Jeez, yeah.
Like, aren't you scared of that? Just like coming outside and you just see like a big ass head and just like a noose coming out of the head and just about to hang you.
Ah, man. Like, I think all of it. Just all of it, yeah. Literally all of it. It's just like disturbing shit. And it's not just scary to be scary. Some of it does have like,
deeper meaning.
You're a sinner and you deserve to die kind of shit. Or like, the people that die most of the time kind of deserved it. And it really isn't just like a fucking thing. It really isn't just like a indiscriminate murdering and killing and random shit. Oh, yeah. It is like someone did a sin and they deserve to die for it. Or
like
tortured.
Like in the Enigma of, fuck, I forget it all the time.
The Enigma of the Amagiri Fault.
The Enigma of the Amagiri Fault. In like, when that guy, the first guy to go into the hole, just went in there, and then afterwards he like, said, help me. Like, he wanted to go in there. Like, he deserved it was like, that death.
The thing is, the entire point was like, the people that the holes were carved for people that deserve to die that way.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, they went in there for a reason. They had that fear of going in there, but they also needed to go in there for a reason.
Ugh, dude, it's just, the Enigma of Amagiri Fault. It's just, it just creeps me out all the time. Just thinking about like the ending. The ending just creeps me the hell out. Yeah,
like, you can look it up. Just if you go on Google, look it up, you'll probably find some comic or image. I don't know. If there is a way to like directly contribute towards Junji, yeah. But yeah, like, you fucking read it. Anyone out there, read it,
Dude, like,
what else? We got any topics? We got any other things?
You got any stories you want to share?
I have a story from school that happened on Friday. So my last period on Friday. And, some little backstory. My teacher was out for most of the week because he was getting some surgery done on his body because he has, I think, what's it called? There's a nerve all that runs along his leg that's, like, pinched. And it's really painful, so we need to get surgery to fix that.
Yeah.
And so he was out, and he was, well, he didn't get surgery that week, but he got a checkup on him. And he came back Thursday. Friday, so he was only there for about 2 days that entire week. Friday, he's not in the best mood, I can tell, instantly when I get into class. He's kind of like in a no bullshit kind of mode. I was coming down from edible high. And so I'm just like, yo, I don't, I really don't give a shit either. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm like, I'm fucking around, man. Like, I just want to go home. I don't want to do any of the work here. He starts off the day, we have an assignment due, and he starts off the day with, put your Chromebooks away, put all your work away, I'm gonna tell a story. And my first thought is, wow, I fucking don't want to do this.
Like all of a sudden, he just stops the whole class one of these days. He's just like, all right, everybody, put your Chromebooks away. I'm about to start a podcast, and I need you guys to listen to me.
Man, it pisses me off because, like, there are days I don't want to do work, and I'd, like, love to listen to a story or some shit like that, and he's a really nice storyteller. He's a great person. It's just that, like, when I want to do work, man, let me do my work. This is, like, the only time you're gonna let me, like, this is the only time I want to do the shit, and you're not gonna let me do it, fucking whatever. He finishes his spiel about his surgery, and about, I think, over the 3 days he was gone, he, like, helped some. He wants a story about, like, helping some old lady, or helping some old homeless person, or doing some, like, charity work over the weekend. And I'm like, I really don't care as much. Whatever, time passes, we have an assignment due. It is, I wonder if I can find these pictures later. If I do, I'll send it to you.
Alright.
And, like, Josh can put it in or whatever.
Yeah, Josh,
but,
go ahead.
there are multiple images, and their first one is of youth. No, first one's of baby. Like, you're born, whatever. Second one's youth. Third one's adulthood, and the fourth one is named, like, old or whatever. And they are, the story is, like, the kind of theme is, it's a boat, and it's on a river, and there's a guardian angel leading the person. In the beginning, it's like a guardian angel and a baby, and the baby is on a boat full of riches, and the boat is great, and the environment's great, By a teenage year, the guardian angel starts to leave, and the boat's still full of riches, and it's still floating down a path into, like, a glory, But when it gets to adulthood, the guardian angel is off in the distance, and the man is praying on the boat because he's going down, like, rapids, and life is turning terrible or whatever. And when it's that old, the guardian angel's back, the boat is, like, wrecked, and they're in the middle of nowhere. It's just dark, and there's, like, clouds and shit, but there's a part in the clouds where it's just light. There's another guardian angel coming back. And so our goal was to write interpretations of these when our group got adult. And so, what's the first thing you think of when you think of, like, when you think of time and, like, light at the end of the tunnel, basically, and whatever. Pussies. You think of, like, rebirth, you think of, like, oh yeah, that is another guardian angel to come pick the dude up and then bring him. I want to see if I can find him. Did you really not gonna say?
Did you actually, like, think of pussy, or?
The first thing I thought was, yo, rebirth cooch.
When I think of rebirth, I gotta think of.
Yeah. The voyage of life, that's what it was.
Like, did you say rebirth or birth?
It was rebirth, because...
Oh. Well, when I think of rebirth, I'm just thinking of a new life, just like, like, forget everything from your past life. Just like, it's your new life. You could become a basketball star instead of being a drug addict,
I'm going to post it in podcast chat, but that was the image. Let me see it.
No.
No, so it wouldn't be too hard to extrapolate, like, this one's manhood. So that's adulthood, and that's, like, the rapids, and he's praying and shit. And this is childhood. And so, you can see, like, at the end, it's kind of dark and grungy and shit. But there's a parting of light, there's a guardian angel, and they're leading him to, heaven or being reborn and shit. Yeah. And so for we were supposed to present what our thoughts were. I went first in my group, and because we were old age, we went last. And I point up to the picture and I say, you can tell, their life is settling down. old age, the boat is, whatever. And I say, this parting in the sky is a vagina.
Oh my
a woman's
fucking God.
opening. And it leads to rebirth. And I started preaching it so hard. And he fucking stared at me and I was like, sit down, all of you. And, okay, the thing is, it wasn't that bad. It was not that bad. Because I was being respectful. It was true though. You could extrapolate that. You could say, hey, this thing is what it is. This is what he was implying. This is like rebirth. This is the light at the end of the tunnel.
The parting clouds in the sky represents a vagina. Like I could tell. I could see your group. You're just
and
chilling
everyone
out.
else in the classroom agreed with me. Okay, but he pulls me aside in the class, and we started our assignment. He's like, pissed off. He pulls me aside and it's just like, you on Monday, I'm not gonna tell your parent, I'm not gonna tell your father, but on Monday you are going to say something and apologize to the people of faith in this room, because I saw some girls, I know several girls in this classroom that are of faith, and when I saw you say that word, I saw them get disgusted, and I'm like, again, trying to be respectful. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, there's no way this is the reason why. Like, no one else really cares. Like, everyone agreed with me. There's no girls that are uncomfortable. I say worse shit to other people.
Like, you tell me to go kill myself. Like, that's nothing.
But I thought about it more, and I really think it wasn't, like, the word I said. I think it was the idea I was implying. I think it was just because I was talking about rebirth. And it wasn't just because of, like, the word itself. Because of vagina, it literally is a word. If I go up there and say penis, that's not... Who gives a shit? I say fucking fag.
It's just
and
weird.
Dick and pussy
It's
all the
just
time.
weird to say. It's not offensive to, like, say vagina. Like, who's gonna get
but
offended?
I don't think if you go to a church and say vagina, no one's gonna give a shit. Like, it's a weird thing to say, but it's not like an offensive word, especially because you have documentaries that say fucking shit all the time. Because we're in high school, we're not elementary schoolers, and so I really think it was an issue with him not liking the idea of rebirth, because he's a religious folk. He's a religious old dude, and I'm not against old dudes. You can have whatever faith you want. The problem is he was basically trying to censor me for having my own ideas because it didn't align with his faith. That was my only problem with that entire day. I didn't care that he sat us down, whatever, I disrupted the class, I guess, but he was basically censoring me because I don't know if it was entirely a faith issue, but
it might be
just because you're of faith doesn't mean I can't say my word. I have my own opinions.
It might be because he just got annoyed. I don't think he gives a shit, because I have the habit of doing that kind of shit. Somebody says some shit and I'll get annoyed and I'll tell them to shut the fuck up, but
yeah, you say that a lot.
With my friends, they'll just say some dumbass shit. I don't care about that shit, but then I'll get annoyed and I'll be like, listen, dude, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck about your mom. It's shit like that. But
I don't know if he was trying to save face and kind of not look like a teacher that allows that kind of stuff, or maybe it was some girls that were offended but just didn't say it, because I don't think so.
Why would it
I personally know everyone in that class. I've been with them for multiple years because we've been in the same district, and they know me. They know who I am. They know the kind of jokes I crack, and I've talked to almost all of them, and they don't care because I'm not a dumb delinquent, and so I don't know. I don't know.
It's not really inappropriate to say vagina or penis, but I get the audience are what the fuck did he just say? But it's not.
No, they understood. They understood what I was talking about.
Exactly. So it's not out of context or anything. It's just that sky, that parting clouds in the sky that looks like a fucking vagina. All right,
it looks like a pussy. No, this is
if you say pussy, if you say pussy,
yeah, no.
then
I didn't even say it haha, vagina jokey, fucking what's that one fat comedian's name that says pussy and smelly pussy all the time. You know,
Amy Schumer.
Yeah, whatever. She says it as like a joke, and it really desensitizes people. It doesn't desensitize people. It makes it like it sensitizes people to that, because vagina is literally like the word for it. It is not a slang. It's not a slur. It's the word for it. And when you have the context of this is a child being born, how do I say that the child being born is not being born from like whatever, but he's, you know, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I mean,
if you look at the image, like, oh yeah, you have the guardian angel coming to pick up the old man and send him back on the journey again. And that's the voyage of life. That's just life in general, you know. The old man becomes a younger kid again, and just goes on forever. But I don't know. I'm gonna be respectful Monday.
I mean,
I'm gonna, you know, like do that. I'm gonna do my spiel about whatever. But
it's good to, like, you know, recognize your mistake and like make sure you don't do it. But like I'm just gonna say this: there would be more appropriate terms to like say vagina without and I quote, offending people. Like you could like say the female genitalia. You could say that, like, that's not inappropriate. That's just the female genitalia.
I feel like he still would sit me down, to be honest.
No, like, it's fine. It looks like a female genitalia, but like
it doesn't look that. That wasn't the point. I didn't say it looked like it. I said it represented it. You know,
like, come on, like it shows like meaning, right? Like it's just a vagina. Like it's just rebirth. You know, it's nothing inappropriate. That's like the circle of life. You get out of a fucking vagina, right? And you make, and then afterwards, you know, like you could do this optionally, but like you can like make birth by like putting it in a vagina. That's the circle of life, you know? So
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Teachers are stupid, man. Like, they get offended for the most
I really
dumbest
don't
shit.
like. I don't like English just for that fact. Like, there's so many different ways you can like represent things like that. There's just so many different ways you can like describe something, and it's not wrong. What I said wasn't wrong, but what he would have said, like, instead wouldn't have been wrong either. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it was just like the way I interpreted it, or it was just like literally just I said vagina and then he got mad. But because like, people have said the N-word before in this class, and he hasn't given a shit. Like, we've read To Kill a Mockingbird, and he's just, this black kid's just flat out said the N-word. And
yeah, like,
he didn't give a shit, you know? And I feel like any other person of faith would have been offended, or like not wanted to hear that shit.
Yeah, like, teachers, I guess like teachers have to like do their jobs, but like teachers do get offended for the most dumbest shit you could do. Like, legit, I'll be like at lunch, like, this only happened one time, right? And like there's this teacher right next to me, and we were playing like foosball, and then afterwards I just say suck my dick, faggot. And like I just didn't like yell it out. I didn't like say suck my dick, faggot. Like, I just said, you know, like, you know, just, like, suck my dick, faggot, right? And sorry to everybody. I'm just gonna like, it's just the context. I'm sorry, guys. Like then she like hears me, and she says, "Hey, you, come here right now." And like, I'm just like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna go over there. I'm just gonna get my business done. And she tells me, "What did you say?" And I said, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry if you got offended in any way, shape, or form." And then afterwards she says, "I'm reporting you to the main office, okay? Go back to the foosball team." She didn't report me or anything, but like,
I'm not.
But like,
surprised.
teachers also need to mind their own fucking business. Like, if I'm at a store and I call someone like a bitch, like, you should mind your own business. You're not gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna report this to the main office."
I get why they would, but I think, I don't know. I feel like adults, you know, they can do what they want in a sense, because like they did when you went to that school, you probably did sign something, or, you know, acknowledge something that said you shouldn't cuss or do shit like that. But to be honest,
signed shit.
You probably verbally agreed to it, or your parents signed something for you, and because you're a minor, they don't care about what you think. but it's a lot of like, you don't need to. I know like a lot of rules that people break all the time, and security guards are fine with it, and it isn't just because like, oh yeah, it's like, oh they need to do this. It's just out of courtesy. It's just out of like, we're both humans and we both want to do shit without being restricted that much. Exactly. And it's just out of like, if I say shit or fuck, that doesn't affect anyone because everyone says it. I don't know one kid, or not everyone says it, but I don't know, everyone is used to it by now. And taking it out of context to just report someone because you don't like them, even when you could easily just ignore it or whatever, that's just a dick move.
Yeah, like
it's not cool.
It's just a really dick move just to like, be on their ass for like some dumb shit they did, like say fuck or some shit. Like
especially when they ignore other kids.
I knew this one teacher that like had I feel like she had a grudge on me. But like, yeah. I said fuck once, even though every other teacher, like every other student has said it once and they never got in trouble. She stops the class like from our work and she says, "What did you say?" And like, interrupts the whole class. The whole class just stays quiet and looks at me. And then afterwards I just say, "What?" She says, "You don't say that word. I will not tolerate this." And afterwards she just looks at me, just looks at me with like a death stare, and then after she just turns around and just goes back to her desk. And like, I'm just sitting there just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I'm not allowed to say fuck, even though everybody else has said it. Like, I didn't say it like fuck. Like, I just said like fuck, like just like that,
Yeah, and it's, I don't know, it's really stupid because if you again, like, I'm gonna get like really dumb and philosophical, but like, why is fuck a cuss word? Because we made it that way. If you get offended by the word fuck, then just don't get offended.
We love
there is literally no history. There is literally nothing stopping you from not getting offended.
Legit, we could change, like, we could have like made any word a bad word. Like, we could have made like the word like G's, like the word G's, just a bad word, just like saying G's.
Like why is crap not a bad word? Why is crap not a cuss word?
Holy crap!
Because Brian, like, think about this, like the way you use word crap, it is to basically replace a cuss word. So why isn't it also a cuss word? You use crap in bad scenarios, like, oh crap, my dad died.
It's not
or,
good
oh
to like,
crap, my toe died. My toe got smushed. Like, it's not a, you don't say crap in a good way. It has the same like, basic meaning of
replacing
like,
words.
shit.
Replacing words does not help like the context in the way you're like delivering your sentence, right?
Because it's like, exactly the same thing, but people just don't get offended from it because people aren't told that crap is a bad word, and and people follow that.
Fuck, like, yeah, like you could like I could just say, what the hell did you say to me? And just say, what the heck did you just say to me? And they still both
why
have
is fucking
the same
why is hell a bad word?
It's just a place, man. Like, and also damn. Like, damn, if you say that in elementary school, they'll be on your ass. They'll be like, don't say damn.
If you say damn in like middle school, they don't care. Like, they're like, oh, don't say that. High school, don't give a shit because they're adults. They're people. They're just like, elementary school teachers are so fucking weird. I remember, I think I said this before again, but like, I was in elementary school talking about manure. We were talking about what byproducts from animals you can get. I was talking about manure as I poop, and I got a referral to the head office because she wrote in my note, keep saying like profane things about bodily functions multiple times. And I'm like, first of all, said it once. Second of all, I said poop. Third of all, it was in the context of manure. Fourth of all, you're a piece of shit. And so when I went to the office, they did not care. She sent me to the office, and they're just like, okay, just don't say it around her. And like, oh my god, it is just like sensitivity, because for the sake of being sensitive.
Yeah.
For the N-word, I get why that would be a bad word, because it was a name used to call people that were still people, but they were used to like degrade people and to like make them inhuman or to like be derogatory. That's like not a word you should say, because there is no like hard R N word. There is no good meaning for it that could be fine. You know, like for like a light A, you know, for anyone that's like of color, yeah, they own that word. They can say it. You know, they use it to, you know, talk to their friends. To use it in rap.
Pass.
It isn't really
N-word pass.
yeah, and it really isn't like a derogatory thing. But the hard R thing, that it is. That is a true cuss word.
Yeah.
That is a true like curse to say to someone, because it really is just like terrible past. But like fuck, shit, who fucking cares?
Yeah, who fucking cares? Like, there wasn't a time, like, previously where, like, you said fuck and, like, someone got offended because of the word fuck or bitch or shit or, you know, like, you could say those words. They don't have a history. They're just words.
I mean, no,
like, they're not even bad words.
The problem was they kind of did. They had, like, peasants say cuss words, and us upper class people don't. And that was kind of why it probably came into, like, why it was so bad now. Because he didn't want to be seen as a peasant. But like a lot of things, like conjugations,
a lot of
like,
things changed.
Peasants used conjugations, and so upper class people never did. And then everyone started using conjugations, and then it was just like fine or whatever, or not. Yeah. So like people didn't say can't, they say cannot, because peasants said can't. But now everyone does. So what's the fucking difference?
Exactly. You know, I have a story. Like, this is going out of what we just talked about, but like, this happened freshman year. All right, and I don't know why I haven't told this story yet. It's a juicy story. All right, it happened freshman year in my engineering class. Right, in my engineering class, I was fucking terrible. All right, I was like I wasn't like that kid that like, you know, like just like, you know, just fucked around and just, well, yeah, I actually did fuck around, but like, you know what I mean by like bad kids, like how like,
yeah,
you know, yeah, like I wasn't like that, but like I was like a terrible student, right? So like one day I was in engineering and I saw this funny picture, because I don't give a fuck about that class. I was just, you know, looking at pictures and shit. And so I look at a picture and I decide, you know what, I'm gonna print this shit. And it was just a fat guy eating a Twinkie. Like, he just tossed it up in the air, and he's like naked. He's practically naked. He just has underwear on. So then afterwards, I print it and I grab it and I just have it, like, you know, I just have it in my binder, and nobody gave a shit, right? And the teacher didn't catch me, which was a good thing. So like I decided, you know what, I'm gonna keep printing pictures like this. So then the next day I found a picture of SpongeBob sucking his own dick, and I decided to print it, and same thing happens. Like nobody cares and the teacher doesn't catch me, right? And one day, you know, I was like, you know what, nobody gives a shit. So then I decided to print two pictures. It was a picture of Guy Fieri, and it was a picture of No Fuckers, like, just like, you know, just a picture of No Fuckers when he was just like fat and shit. And I print those, and afterwards he just says, all right, everybody just be seated down, I'm going to pass around papers. And I said, fuck. And it just printed. You could hear the printer, and he's just passing out papers, and then afterwards he hears the printer. He's like, what the fuck? And then afterwards he just like, you know, gets the papers, he looks at them, and he gets so mad, he gets red, and then he goes to the front of the class. He said, who printed these? Right? And then afterwards I'm just scared, but I'm laughing as well. I'm just like, and then he looks at me and he said, you come with me. And then we go outside, and I'm just holding back my laughter. I just want to laugh my ass off at what's going on. And we go outside, right? And he leaves the door open for the class to hear. The class is just quiet. And then afterwards he just shows me the pictures. He puts it in front of my face. He just goes, what is this? And afterwards I just say, it's just a picture of Guy Fieri. And I wasn't laughing at that one, right? And it's just a picture of just Guy Fieri just pointing at the camera. But then afterwards, the next image, I'm just holding back as best as I can. I'm just like, God, please don't make me laugh. Please hold back the laughter. And it's just a picture of the fuckers. He's just like, what is this? What is this? I'm just shook. I'm just wanting to laugh my ass off. Like, I have a little bit of a smirk. Like, you can just see my smirk just a little bit. And afterwards, I just cover my mouth and I'm just saying it's a picture of a fat guy. And like, and afterwards he says, I'm done. And then afterwards he rips the images just in front of me, and then he tosses it in the recycling bin. And afterwards he just sits down in his desk and he just explains the rules. And when he finished the lesson, all he was doing was just looking at me. He was just staring at me, and I was just like creeped out and shit. And all my friends were doing was just laughing their asses off at what happened. Like, it was so funny, dude.
Okay. I forgot to say, like, at the end, I fucking hate teachers that do that shit like that. Like, they like, if you're gonna talk to me, like, you might as well, like, talk to me in person and not do that shit like that. But anyways, after I did that, after I did the thing with the vagina or whatever, my English teacher made us write an assignment instead to, like, make up the time that we lost. Because there was, like, 2 other groups that didn't go. It was really funny. Like, the groups didn't care. He apologized to my other classmates for, like, having them miss. The thing was, they were going to say the exact same thing I was going to say. Like, the reason I went first was because I knew they were going to try to copy what I was going to say. And they told me that. And then they were happy because they didn't have to present. Yeah. Anyways, they do the assignment. He's apologizing to him. I'm writing it out, and we have Google Classroom. And so he can see everything, what everyone is typing. He's on my assignment. And I can tell in the top right corner, it tells you, like, when someone's looking at your assignment. He was staring at it. He was watching me type. And he was looking up at me every once in a while. He would, like, look up at me on my Chromebook. And I would look up at him, and I would stare at him too. I didn't look away. It would stare back at him until he looked away and looked back at his computer, and I'd continue typing. And I finished. The problem was, with Google Classroom, you can't turn in your assignments while someone's looking at it. I think when a teacher is looking at your assignment, you can't turn it in. And so I just sat there because he was still on my assignment. He wouldn't leave the assignment. He wouldn't go away. I think he was, like, expecting me to, like, type about the vagina thing again, but I didn't. Yeah. I picked adulthood instead to, like, type about. So I didn't. And he looks up at me again. I stare back at him again, like, for the 4th time, and he's just like, "Are you done with your assignment yet?" And I'm like, "Yep." "Well, I don't think so. You didn't turn it in." I'm like, "You're staring at it. I can't turn it in while you're looking at it." Because, he's like, "You haven't been typing in a while. Are you done with your assignment yet?" He gets off, types a little comment underneath my thing. It's like, "You're disrespectful. Come here and talk to me later." And oh my god, I don't get it. I really, I don't know. I don't care.
Maybe he has a grudge on you, like my old engineering teacher.
I don't think he has a grudge on me, per se, because I don't think he's the kind of person to do that, especially because I'm, like, one of the highest scoring students in his class, and I actually do my work, and I'm not, like, disrespectful to him that much.
My engineering teacher, I don't want to say hate, because hate's a strong word, but, like, he did not like me. Like,
despised you. Once
he
you
despised me. Like, like, one time, I was going to the bathroom during my 4th period, and I catch him in the hallway. And so, I'm a nice guy, so I say, hey, how you doing? He just says, "Hello, Christopher." So, what happened yesterday with that substitute? I said, "What?" And then they said, "Yeah, you had a ball in class, and you were just bouncing it around. I'm taking that ball away. Nobody in class is going to be able to use it because of you." Like, what happened was, like, we have a yoga ball in that class, right?
Yeah.
And I was using it that day.
Oh.
And my friend decides to kick it, right? And the substitute teacher thought it was me. And so they put the blame on me. And I'm not a snitch, right? I'm not going to, snitch him out. I'm just like, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. And there was this one time where I was just in my math class. We were doing a lesson, right? And then afterwards, he comes to my class, right? And he says, I need to talk with you. And I'm like scared. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? And I mean, I was a bad kid back then. Like freshman year, I was a pretty bad kid. But like, he just pulled me out of class. He was so red. Like he was just red. Like, and afterwards, he's talking to me. He's like, I'm gonna call your parents. I'm gonna fucking talk about this. You're not gonna do this again. I'm banning you from doing this. Blah 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 blah. And afterwards, I just say, all right, whatever. And I just leave. And he just leaves all angry and shit.
Yeah, like you can't let teachers get to you because I don't know. It's whack. I don't.
Yeah, don't let the teachers get the best of you. Just like, you know, don't give a shit. That just shows how alpha you. That
Well,
just
you
shows
can't
how
you can't
epic you are.
you can't do that. You can't completely do that either, because they'll go after you until they get their way. You just gotta be as like passive and neutral as possible. Because if you're neutral, you can't really do anything to you. Like you didn't do anything wrong. You can't like be a kiss ass because like you're pissed at them. But if you're neutral to them, they can't do anything. You did nothing wrong. You know, if you be aggressive, they'll start yelling at you. But if you're neutral, like they're gonna be super angry because they can't get anything out of you. But they can't do shit all.
Yeah, exactly. But in conclusion for this podcast, all right, Junji Ito, read it if you're into creepy shit.
Yeah.
If you want to like make a bubble on your skin, then pour hot oil on your skin.
Or
if you don't like,
put ice in your gloves. And then,
exactly. And if you just if you want to be in like if you just want to make a funny joke in class but you're actually serious, just say vagina or penis.
Yeah.
So there you go,
say
kids.
The most monotone voice ever. And yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so So, thank you for watching the Double D podcast, everybody. Do you have any final words, Soviet?
Yeah.